Hey, Brian from Snake Bytes here. It's my favorite time of the year, and that's egg laying season. All that hard work ready to pay off. You're watching Snake Bytes. Egg production has to be one of the most exciting times of the year. You work all year long just to get one, maybe two clutches a year. So when you're going through and finding them, it's kind of like Christmas every day. But it is a process. First you have to find the eggs, then you have to set up egg boxes, you have to mark the data about what's been bred, and finally get them in an incubator. I want to start with egg boxes. With incubating boxes, we use plastic shoe boxes from either Rubbermaid or Sterilite. As you can see, we don't put any holes in them whatsoever, and we have a nice tight lid that goes on top of them. Now, it's very important to make sure you air out those eggs every single day to exchange oxygen. As far as incubation medium, with pythons, we use Hatchright, which is a really cool product because you don't have to do anything to it. You open the bag, you pour 1.5 inches to 2 inches in the bottom of the shoebox, you put eggs in, and off to the incubator. Now with Colubrid, what we use is vermiculite. Basically what I'm going to do, because we go through so much, is I pour a whole bucket full. I'll basically fill up the bucket about, 3/4 of the way or better. Make sure my water is about 82, 84 degrees, and then I'll just start adding cups of water. And again, I've been doing this for quite a while, so I have a pretty good feel for it. Once you have the right consistency, I just basically fill up a shoebox, and I'm ready to go hunt for some eggs. What we do every morning is go through and check all the females to see if there's any eggs. Then what I want to do is I actually want to mark each one of these eggs. I want to mark each one. It's actually 1513, which is a het caramel female, bred to a male caramel pin. And then I go back and I actually enter the same data into my egg data book so I can go back and make sure I can track what the lineage of each animal is. Because I use really shallow egg boxes, when I get a clump of eggs like this that are piled kind of high, they won't actually fit in the egg box. So what I do is I actually very gently tear them apart. You got to be really gentle like this, but to be honest with you, they're pretty good if you can catch them in the first 12 or so hours. What I basically do here is I've got boxes that are already acclimated to the right temperatures in here waiting for eggs. Just basically pull them out, I open up the lid, and I'm going to put these eggs in. I'm going to just barely dimple them into the substrate. And depending on the type of animal I have and the amount of eggs that female lays, I'll go anywhere from 6 to 10 eggs per box. Colubrid eggs are a lot like python eggs, with the exception of I really don't mark the actual eggs, I just mark the box that they're in. So after I find the eggs, I go back and I actually pull the egg box out, and I gently make sure that I get the female out without either hurting her or the eggs. You can see this one's pretty tangled up in the eggs, so you have to be really gentle with it, or she's going to either hurt the eggs or she's going to hurt herself. So I just very carefully let her actually wind. You can see she's actually pretzeled right into the eggs, so I just let her wind her way out. I'll actually set the eggs aside for a minute, get her back in her cage so that she can get fed up and hopefully bred for another time. Set the egg box aside, and what I do is I basically count how many eggs there are first in this litter, or in this clutch. 12 eggs. So I go ahead and I do the same thing, but this time I don't separate them. I just leave them right as they are. Then what I actually do is I'll take the clutch number, so how many clutches I'm up to right now. I'll write that down, and I'll write the female as well. So she's actually P number 4. She's a black and white cow king, and she's bred to a high black and white cow king, so a really pretty snow cow. And then to make sure that we know that this female is laid, which means that she's ready to feed again, and she's going to get bred here in a couple weeks, I'll go ahead and mark her with a red dot, the 27th, and she's ready to go. Being that Colubrid eggs incubate at 82 to 84 degrees, and we keep this room at 82 to 84 degrees, there's really no need for an incubator. So what we do is we just set them up on a shelf. The thing that's really cool is these guys will hatch in about 60 days. We'll check them every day, exchange that air, and in about 60 days we're going to have some cool baby snakes.
Snake myths, fact or fiction? Alright, Bri, back by popular demand, I got a myth for you regarding bites. Our viewer wants to know if an ice cube will help a snake release after it bites.
Well, this is a pretty interesting myth because almost everyone knows snakes do not like cold. So what I think we need to do is find a couple snakes that are willing to bite and stay attached, and then use an ice cube to see if we can get them to release.
So, what do you have in mind?
We gotta go back to our old faithful Chewy.
I do miss seeing him in pain.
Chewy, ice cubes, snake. Will it work? We'll see. Let's try a different ice cube. Ow, 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 ow. This ice makes a bite hard. Ow, get me. Didn't work.
Alright, Bryce, how'd it go?
It went really well. We have a snake called Blindy that was born without eyes, and she's always happy to bite. This time she didn't let me down. She bit and hung on, and I'm telling you what, that ice didn't have any effect whatsoever. She would not let go.
Alright, Bryce, gonna be fact or fiction?
This is total fiction.
Fiction. You really got a snake named Blindy?
It is true.
Come on, I never heard this.
Fiction.
On this week's Comment of the Week on the Snake Charming episode, the question was, should marijuana be legalized? And Chaotic Death said,
Awesome vid, Brian. The whole Mary Jane thing, I think it should be legalized. As is, the jails are overstocked with people when there's no room for murderers and rapists because of illegal drugs, but I also agree there should be a limit on it. I smoke pot, but not to get high. I smoke to relax and it helps me sleep better. So to sum up things, I think it should be legalized. Thanks.
Alright, the old relaxing and help me sleep excuse. You gotta love that one. But to be honest with you, I do agree with you on most of your points. Guys, send me some creative comments and I'll feature you on a future episode.
Alright guys, Cal's question of the week. Now you know everybody here at Beach Bee, we are huge sports fans. We got the NHL playoffs going on now, we got the NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball just started. I want to know what your favorite teams are, and I want to know the highlights of the season and the lowlights. Text or video comment below, let me know. Did you see LeBron hit that 3?
So there it is. I hope you guys are as excited as I am about getting all these eggs. That means babies are just 2 months away, and you know that's an awesome season. Talk about an exciting event. The first feature-length film called Herpers just came out. Check it out at herpersmovie.com. Thanks for watching. This has been Snake Bytes.